Put the camera down. Do you think he's a proud dad? You see that just happen right there? Come up here, Mr. Bruce Payne. Oh, because I'm just that way. I'm that kind of guy. And he comes back for more abuse. It's great. You're a proud dad today, aren't you?
Oh, I'm a proud dad, proud grandpa. I've got just about everybody in my immediate family that's important to me here.
Do you have some people in your immediate family that aren't important to you?
Yeah, well, they're important to me. They're not here yet.
Okay.
They're coming.
Okay. We want to bring up your kids, a couple of your kids.
I brought them up.
Why don't you invite them up? You want to bring up the rest of them? Okay, Kelly, Robbie, and Hope. Yeah, we sure did. We set that up nicely for each other, didn't we? Bruce is pretty proud because Robbie and Kelly are about ready to prepare to head out on an amazing journey that God has led them on, is leading them on. God has called every one of us to full-time ministry. If you're a believer in Jesus Christ, if you've come to the cross and go, whoa, you are a full-time minister of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Some of us get paid for it. We're sometimes the least effective in North America at it, but we get paid for it. God has called them to do something profound. And that is, God's taking them out of their normal North American life and sending them out as missionaries somewhere else. Tell us where you're going, why you're going there.
We're going to Thailand, a part of Thailand, to work with a group of people called the Northern Khmer. This is a group of people who the gospel has not reached yet. I mean, they're very small little drops of gospel here and there, but we're going to work amongst them, to start a church. There's already a missionary family there that's been working for a number of years, who their partners came back to the States, so we're going to take their place. And we're starting a church and training the members of the church to be leaders in that church and giving them the tools to be able to witness to those around them, so that that group of people can no longer be what we call unreached, but to be reached, and they can take the gospel to those around them themselves.
So instead of going out and trying to evangelize the whole area, you want to raise up leaders that then go out and do the mission themselves.
Exactly. They're much more effective than we are.
True. Missional studies show that when foreigners let go of mission work, it takes off. That's kind of like pastors. When we let go of mission work, things really happen. When the people take off, that's when things really happen. How did God lead you guys to this?
Well, both Kelly and I were student missionaries, and we have our own stories of how we chose to go as student missionaries. And for me, through that time, I promised somebody who invited me to go as a student missionary that I'd pray about it. And my prayer was kind of, I know, Lord, that I'm not going to do this, but I'm promised to pray about it. And those are sometimes the most effective prayers, I guess. So I went as a student missionary and was able to learn more about missions, to see the need in the world. And when you realize that there are close to 3 billion people who either don't know Jesus or have no access to a Christian neighbor or a bookstore where they can buy a Bible or a church, it really affects you. I was talking to a missionary friend of mine. He was a missionary in India, and we had driven about 5 miles, and he said the number of churches we passed in this 5 miles, you would have to drive in India 500 miles to see that number of churches. And so there's a great need, and it's hard to say no when God calls you to fill part of that need.
That's awesome. Now, Korea right now is handing out some information sheets, give you some information about their mission that they're taking. There's some magazines on the back. You're with an organization called Adventist Frontier Mission. What's unique about this mission emphasis, this mission program?
Adventist Frontier Missions works entirely with groups of people who are what they call unreached. So they don't send missionaries to parts of the world where there already is a Christian established, a Christian church established. They go to parts of the world where there's very little, and about 1 out of every 10 missionaries that goes out works for reached people, and so they focus on 9 out of 10 work for reached. So they focus on the part that is unreached, the part of the group of people out there that have not heard, and so that's what's unique about them. They're passing out some question and answer sheets that we have. Also, there's you can sign up for a free monthly magazine that AFM offers about each one of their missionaries, write stories and about what's going on. And one of the things as we talk to people is just to get people interested in missions and to be aware of what's going on in the world, because there is a great need, and
it's kind of significant because Jesus said that the gospel would go into all the world and then the end would come, and we really kind of want Jesus to come back. So
exactly, yeah.
Kind of to make that happen, there's kind of a condition thing going on.
God has given us as His church to a mission, and He has other methods that He could use. He said the rocks would cry out, or He could send angels. I'm sure these would all be very effective tools that He could use. But He calls us because it not only affects those that are being witnessed to, but also blesses us. So
I want to ask you guys both, because so far you haven't let your wife talk. I'm sure that's the way it is at home. And my turn. I got the microphone. I want to ask both of you, and I don't care who starts, but I want to ask both of you, why are you in love with Jesus?
I'm in love with Jesus because He's given me a better life, and it's so much more fun to be with Jesus than to be with anybody else.
You don't ask very shallow questions here, do you?
We go for the heart of the matter here. We look kind of strange, but then we just go for the big one.
I'm in love with Jesus because I've done a lot of different things that I'm not very proud of, and in spite of that, He has chosen to accept me as His son, as His brother, and I can be a part of His eternal kingdom because of His grace.
We want to pray over them as a part of our extended family through Bruce and Lori. We want to pray over them as they're preparing. They're going to be heading out this summer, actually, to the mission. They're being in some preparation time between now and then. And we want to pray over them, commissioning them from this spiritual family, and committing that we as a family will be praying for them as they go out. And beyond this, I take this as a challenge. A challenge to every one of us. The call to mission is not unique to Robbie and Kelly. The call to mission is to all of us. Some, as we talked about as we finished up the series a couple weeks ago, the radical prayer, God rips out of our life and throws out into the harvest. For some, that harvest is around the world. For some of us, that harvest is right out our back door. What is important is that the name of God is lifted up wherever we are. And so we take this, you guys, as a challenge. Not just to pray for you and go, yay, you guys go and we're going to eat McDonald's. But to say, you guys go and we're going to be going here and send more people.